This is Mark Meer, and I play Commander Shepard in Mass Effect. Let's see if I can remember my iconic lines. Well, I'm very surprised by that. No, I'm afraid I'll throw in the white tail. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
So that I think definitely tickled people. It's in much the same way that Commander Shepard's catchphrase, "I should go," it was never intended as a catchphrase. I can't do that without proper code authorization. I'm guessing I shoot someone in the face or throw them out a window. No, I'm afraid this one I'll throw in the white tail.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Sic Semper
Sic Semper Tyrannis. Geez, my games came out a while ago. I don't know if I'm doing that well. Let me see the leaderboard so far. Well, I'm currently doing a Vampire the Masquerade podcast with Jason Charles Miller, so I'd like to at least match Jason. I'm not surprised to see Matthew Mercer up there. Matt, of course, is a dungeon master, and we need to keep a lot of things in our heads. You humans have a saying, an eye for an eye, a life for a life. Well, he owes me 10 lives, and I plan to collect. Okay, Rex makes good sense. Garrus makes good sense. Even Thane would make sense, I suppose. But Thane's not so vengeful. I'm going to say it's Garrus.
You humans have a saying, an eye for an eye, a life for a life. He owes me 10 lives, and I plan to collect.
Well, I did tend to favor the non-humans when it came to companion characters. Mordin was a real favorite of mine, for sure. Tali, of course, yes, definitely. And for my Paragon, she was also my romance in Mass Effect 2. My Renegade would almost always have a Krogan with him, either way, whether it was Rex or Grunt. Look around you. You're not in this fight alone. Okay, I want to say this is part of the Shepard inspirational speech. You're not in this fight alone. I am also here. No, it's probably something along those lines. I'm just going to say, look around you. You're not in this fight alone. We're all in this together. Or something to that effect.
Look around you. You're not in this fight alone.
Oh, thank you.
We face our enemy together. And together, we will defeat them.
There we go. When we first started back with the original Mass Effect, there were certain inspirational elements that, you're playing a commander in space. I do know that 24 was very popular at their time, so like the take charge kind of archetype of the day was Jack Bauer from 24. Does this unit have a soul? Well, that is obviously Legion.
Does this unit have a soul?
People still view me as Shepard. Well, some still seem interested in getting my autograph, so I'm going to say yes. Also, I wear this shirt wherever I go. As a faithful servant of the Enkindlers, we too must serve the Reapers. Well, I mean, that's obviously a Hanar, I think. Then this is clearly where I say, you're a big stupid jellyfish.
As a faithful servant of the Enkindlers, we too must serve the Reapers.
You big stupid jellyfish.
And of course, that was me calling myself a big stupid jellyfish. I played both of those characters. There were some very good one-liners. I find the Renegade lines are the ones that people are most interested in because, yeah, they're the most iconic in a lot of senses, and they're often quite funny. This is my favorite blank on the blank. It's that endorsement. That's probably the one that I say the most. But I do often get to say and sign something that's not in the games at all, which is, of course, Real Bang, okay? Which is a catchphrase that has been attributed to Shepard largely due to the efforts of Manslayer on YouTube. Had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. That, of course, is the immortal, I guess not immortal, but the certainly well-remembered Dr. Mordin Solus.
Had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong.
Well done, Bill. Bill is also a great guy. Mordin's voice actor in 3. Who would be on my Mount Rushmore of video game characters? Well, I got to pick Commander Shepard, having paid so much of my mortgage. Then I would probably actually put female Shepard on there because of the impact and the influence in terms of video gaming as a whole. It's not specifically a character from the video games, but it is the symbol of the franchise. I'd put Vault Boy up there just to represent Fallout. Resident Evil got me back into console gaming way back when. probably Tyrant, I guess. That's a good face of the franchise. Although, yes, a nod to DC, maybe I'll make it Wesker. I mean, the amount of time I sunk into Skyrim, I think the Dragonborn's got to be up there as well. Shepard has had enough of this reporter. Well, and I know this I know very well. The first one was, I'm tired of your snide insinuations.
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
So I'm tired of your disingenuous assertions. That I think that came later.
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions.
And I believe the tables get turned in the third game. If you try to punch the reporter, she will actually dodge and punch you back.
I've had enough of your tabloid journalism.
Not this time, you
Oh, I didn't say the line, the tabloid journalism thing. At the final, Mass Effect launch party, April wanted to get a shot of me punching her, so I said, okay, I'll do that, we staged that, and then I insisted that we get one of her punching me. What's more fun, the Paragon lines or the Renegade lines? As an actor, of course, you have to give both of them equal weight, but as I've said before in this interview, the Renegade ones do tend to be a little more fun, let's be honest. Guess the Asari are wishing they had fewer dancers and more commandos right about now. Too soon? I'm going to guess that this was a joke that Joker makes, and then Shepard shuts him down. Something to the effect of, belay that, Joker, or something like that. I don't think he ever punches Joker. He couldn't. He's got brittle bones.
In case you hadn't noticed, we just lost a few million people. This isn't the time.
The game itself is such a collaborative effort from people starting from concept artists going right up all the way through the process, all the devs that worked on it. I consider it a great honor, and it's a little humbling, actually, because you realize that you were just a very small part of that, even if, as in my case, I voiced Commander Shepard. So very honored by that, but I won't let it go to my head. All this destruction, chaos. I was curious to see how far you'd go to find me. Does seem to have a sort of villainous aspect to it. Maybe not. Is it Thane?
All this destruction, chaos. I was curious to see how far you'd go to find me.
Hey, there we go. The great Keith Farley. That was a complete guess, by the way. I had nearly landed on Saren. An underrated line. I will tell you the one that I remember most clearly was my final line. It's in the Citadel DLC, where somebody says, hell of a ride, eh, Shepard? And Shepard just turns around and says, the best. And that's the end of the DLC, but it was also the very last thing that I ever recorded for the Mass Effect project. As I've just said, we've had a good ride, the best.
We've had a good ride.
The best.
Would I play Shepard again? I think I would have to say yes. Yeah, I would be more than willing, but only under any circumstances. Well, certainly it gave me a much raised profile. That was certainly the biggest benefit. More than that, it's put me in touch with Mass Effect fans who are incredibly creative, and just to see the amount of passion that they pour into cosplay and art and sometimes music is overwhelming. It's a really amazing thing to be a part of. Where does that put me on the leaderboard? Wait, am I at the top of the leaderboard? I beat Ben Starr? I beat Matthew Mercer? Well, I'm very surprised by that, but I'm very glad to see that I acquitted myself well. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite video to watch next. I felt bad for every single one I missed. Thank you for giving me partial credit on a couple of those.